Okay, so here we are live once again with another DC Multiverse unboxing, and this is the sinister Scarecrow. Yes. I forgot to make sure that my video is actually working. Let's go ahead and make sure the video is actually working, since God knows this. Lately, since I started doing this, it started looking like it was actually, yep, there we go. Okay, we're fine. All right, cool. So, the Scarecrow. I've been looking forward to this figure for a long time, and in fact, long-time viewers of the channel, I'm sure you remember many times me saying that, gee, I sure do wish they'd do a classic version of the Scarecrow, because that would be a figure that would be right up Mcfarlane's alley. And they've done a few figures of the Scarecrow. They did the Batman Begins type Scarecrow with the kind of straight jacket type outfit. I was not able to get that. Rouge Haunts here, says hello. Hello right back at you. So I was not able to get any of those Dark Knight figures with the Bane Build-A-Figure, unfortunately. The only ones I ever saw was the Jokerized version of the Scarecrow, and not into that at all. The Jokerized figures just do nothing for me, sorry. And they had they called it a Dark Knight Scarecrow, but it could be him from either one of the first two movies. But him in the suit, and of course I really liked that figure. And then they had that kind of weird one that he's right back to me. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but I've been saying the whole time that I really wanted a classic comic book style Scarecrow, and finally they deliver me one. It's not classic art on the back. It's nice art, but it's not like, I don't think it's really representative of this figure. This figure should have been like an image from the Bronze Age or even the Silver Age. There's that one really great Carmine Infantino cover with the Scarecrow standing over a defeated Batman, hanging over that cliff, holding the cape. You know the one I'm talking about. Look up Carmine Infantino Scarecrow cover if you don't know the one I'm talking about on Google. It's a great cover. Bobby Wald says, do they have an effect that comes with it to look like fear gas? Well, I don't know, because I haven't opened it up yet, but it does not look like it. It doesn't look like it, but let's go ahead and open them up. Well, it looks like the accessories he comes with are a scythe, a little sickle, and a skull. I can't think of a worse emblem than a skull. Are we the baddies? Oh, he's definitely a baddie. So this one has some more of the trade dress from the comic book issue that it came with. I don't remember when this came out, but it was sometime in the 21st century. I can at least narrow it down to that. But like I said, I kind of feel like they should have had like a silver or Bronze Age look for the Scarecrow on the packaging and the trading card. And the glue on these were really weak this time, which I'm not complaining about because it's already inside a package. I don't care if it comes loose inside of the package, and I don't want to have to struggle to get the trading card out. But let's go ahead and read the trading card. Here's a better look at the front of it. And 2012. Yeah, I knew it was sometime within the past 25 years. I couldn't remember. It's all a blur to me. I'm an old man. There's what the back looks like. And it reads, Scarecrow, DC Classic, data file, real name, Dr. Jonathan Crane. Dr. Jonathan Crane, that's an awkward way to start that, has spent much time lurking in the dark corners of the human psyche, as he has hiding in the shadowy parts of Gotham City. Obsessed with the idea of fear in its many forms, Crane has adopted the role of the Scarecrow, a living embodiment of things that go bump in the night. A career supervillain, the Scarecrow lives to clash with Batman, intent on making the Dark Knight cower in fear. So is this not a perfect guy to open up for Halloween? Like, Batman's already a fairly Halloweenish superhero, and then you have his most Halloweenish supervillain. So there we go. And we think of the Scarecrow as being an A-list villain these days. and deservedly so. But he didn't really start out that way. He had just a couple of appearances in the Golden Age, and while he had a great visual, I don't think they really understood what they had on their hands with the Scarecrow in the Golden Age. They didn't quite have the concept figured out. He wasn't a guy with fear gas. He was a college professor who got made fun of for having shabby clothes because he spent all his money on books. So he dressed up like a scarecrow to commit crimes so he could have more money to spend on books. That was his origin. And when they brought him back in the Silver Age, that was when they really caught on to the idea of like, hey, this guy can, since he's a scarecrow, what if he had an obsession with fear? And that was when he really kind of became the character that we know and love today. He did not appear on the 1966 Batman television series, although he would have been really cool on that. But he did appear in the 60s Batman cartoon series. And at least until Batman the Animated Series, I'd argue he was probably the most prolific Batman villain to appear in animation. Because not only did he appear on that, but he appeared on Super Friends, both as a member of the Legion of Doom and in the episode The Fear in the last season, which gave us Batman's origin. So he appeared in definitely more episodes of Super Friends than the Joker did, who only appeared in one. He's probably about tied with the Riddler, I think, as far as like the most animated appearances, at least until Batman the Animated Series. And let's face it, Batman the Animated Series is what really pushed this guy onto the A-list as it is. But Scarecrow actually did appear in some merchandise before then. Like I remember I had a record from Power Records that had the Scarecrow as the villain, so that was really cool. Bobby Walt asks, isn't that the origin of almost all DC villains? No, not all of them are like bookworms like that. But, okay, so one thing I'm going to say about this figure, and I don't know if like maybe they're planning on reusing some of these parts, but I do feel like he's a little bit muscular as far as being the Scarecrow goes. And maybe they're, like I said, they're intending on reusing some of these parts for other figures on down the line. Like, you'll notice that his torso almost looks like it's wrapped in bandages, which I think is like a really good detail for the Scarecrow, honestly. But it's not necessarily something that I really remember him looking like in the comics. Like, if we look at the illustration on the back, it's just kind of like a baggy jerkin. So, Sean Franklin is here. He says, hi right back at you. Rogue Haunts asked, do you remember last time on a live stream? Well, yeah, I remember the last live stream. What was the figure that I opened up then? Was that the Snake Man? I think the Necroconda. I think that was the last thing I opened up. No, it was Vampire Shazam. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we opened up Vampire Shazam, and I turned out I've been mispronouncing your name the whole time. But I got it now. So you'll notice he's got this rope tied around his neck, which is typical of the Scarecrow. Like, it's almost like he's got a bag around his neck and they tied a rope around it to make it fit. But they put the tie in the back, and I'm wondering how it'll look if we swap it around to the front. I think that looks a little bit more like what I imagine the Scarecrow is looking like with the tie hanging down the back. But yeah, with these wraps on this torso, I wonder if maybe they're planning on using this torso for something else, and that's why he's got a bit more bulk, But it still works pretty well for the Scarecrow. Like I said, he's a little more buff than I remember the Scarecrow as being. And man, I really like the way they did the mask with the stitching over the mouth, and his eyes are just kind of like these black holes with these little red irises like pointing out at him. The first Scarecrow figure that I remember having, the first one that I ever had was the Batman the Animated Series one, and he had a light pipe in the top of his head that actually made his eyes glow, and I thought that was really cool. Sean Franklin says he watched Black Panther Wakanda Forever today. I still haven't seen that one yet. Was it good? I hope you enjoyed it. And Rogue Haunts asks, where can I find the Scarecrow action figure? Well, I don't know if you can still find it on there, but I got mine on GameStop. So it might be worth looking on there. But yeah, I'd check online retailers if you can't find it on GameStop. Yeah, they might have it on like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. But yeah, I got this one on GameStop. I ordered him at the same time that I ordered Batgirl, but for some reason Batgirl came like way earlier than Scarecrow. I don't know. I ordered Penguin and Catwoman from Batman Returns at the same time, and I already got my Penguin, and Catwoman apparently isn't going to be here till November. So you never can tell with these things. But the hat's really cool. There's lots of cool detail with like the hat, and he's got like fabric texture kind of all over him, which kind of implies almost like it's a rough kind of burlap type fabric, which is appropriate for the Scarecrow. He's got these kind of clawed fingertips, and the gloves, it's got good glove detailing to him. His hands are kind of slightly translucent, which is interesting. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but you can see he's got straw sticking out of his wrists. He's got tattered hems of the pants. His feet are also that same kind of like slightly translucent, yellowish tan color. A lot of interesting colors to this guy. He's got patches on his pants. A lot of good details. They do have it on GameStop. Rouge Hunt says they still have it on GameStop for anybody who wants to pick it up. So cool. You can pick him up. So Spencer Brower is here, and he says, my preferred DC Multiverse figures and comics is both the Batman Who Laughs with Sky Tyrant Wings and Robin King trying to build my Dark Knight's death metal display. Yeah, I actually do have, man, she would actually probably be a good one to open up for Halloween. I have another death metal Batman figure, which is the, it's not even Batman. They call it Batman on the package, but it's Batwoman because it's a gender swapped universe. It's the one that becomes Aquawoman. I don't know, whatever. But I got one for cheap on Big Bad Toy Store, so I guess maybe she could be another one I could open up for Halloween. We'll see what schedule permits, but she's kind of like an undead looking character, like the drowned. That's what they called her. Yeah, I remember now. They called her the Drowned, so that would probably work for Halloween. But yeah, like Scarecrow looks really cool, especially once I swapped his. Once I turned the neck piece around. Old Geek's New Tricks here and says that Scarecrow is from a 2012 comic. Well, no, I think this is more of a Silver Age or Bronze Age type Scarecrow. But the artwork on the package is from a 2012 comic. I was actually saying I kind of think they should have used artwork from like a Silver or Bronze Age. It even says on there, it says DC Classic. So go with like the old school. Rouge Hunt says, I got a funny joke for you. Well, let's hear it. Go ahead and tell us. So I'll read it. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about his articulation real quick. So Scarecrow can't look up very far, but he can look up a little far. He can look down about that far. Tilt his head kind of quizzically from side to side. Rotate the head all the way around, but it's really stiff. And I wound up rotating the cowl around with it, the collar piece. But like I said, I like it with the rope facing down, which technically is backwards. Old Geek's New Trick says, good. If 2012 is classic, I'd be ancient. I'm ancient regardless, but yeah, I know the feeling. Scarecrow's arms rotate all the way around at the shoulders, and of course he's got that cool Mcfarlane kind of butterfly joint, so it's got some wiggle room there. He does have a bicep swivel. Bicep rotates all the way around. He's got double jointed elbows, but this one seems like it's kind of stuck. There we go. All right. Double jointed elbows. That's about the range of motion you get at the elbows. So really good range of motion at the elbows. He's got the cool Mcfarlane wrist articulation, which can move around pretty much any which way you want. That sort of ball joint wrist articulation, but it is going to kind of bump into these cuffs a little bit. By the way, the cuffs are a separate piece also, so they can kind of rotate around too, which again makes me suspect that this torso is going to get used for something else on down the line. I don't know what, but there's stuff they could use that for, certainly. So then he's got the cool Mcfarlane torso articulation. He can bend from side to side, bend back about that far, bend forward about that far. A lot of these joints are really stiff on this guy, by the way. So, and then of course rotates all the way around where the rib cage meets the abs, and where the abs meet the I don't know, what do you call it, the rope belt. So Rouge Haunt says, my pizza hit a car in the blood of a pizza sauce, and the cheeseburger smashed the pizza, and the drink fell on the wall, and the French fries has a dirty box utility flight. I don't know if my delivery was so good on that one, but that's the joke. Special Brower says, it actually is kind of hard to decide between what is a better read, the Batman Who Laughs comic or the Robin King comic. We just need a death metal movie or TV series. Hey, you never know. I would think the best thing to do with it would be to do an animated movie. That seems to be the way that they test out what they want to do in live action. They'll do something as an animated movie. So and if it does well as an animated movie, then they usually do a live action version of it. So I like the animated movies anyway. The animated movies tend to even be better than the live action stuff in a lot of ways. So they're able to get closer to the comic books because animation is a closer medium to comic books. I kind of had the idea that what they should do is have the Robert Pattinson version of Batman become the Batman Who Laughs, and then have a Batfleck versus Robert Pattinson movie. Have Ben Affleck be like the regular Batman and have Robert Pattinson be the Batman Who Laughs. I think that would be really cool. So that's personally, that's how I would do it. That's just me. But anyway, getting back to the articulation. So the Scarecrow can kick up about that far. I got the feeling he could probably kick up a little further, except for this the skirt piece, like the hem of his jerkin is getting in the way. But yeah, about 90 degrees. This one actually moves a little further than the other one. And there is like a slight bit of wobble here, like there usually is with Mcfarlane figures, but not a whole lot, but enough you can get a little bit of extra posability out of it. He does have double jointed knees. That's about the range of motion you get at the knees. So good range of motion there. Does not have a boot cut, but he does have the cool Mcfarlane ankle articulation. So the ankle rotates all the way around where the ankle meets the shin. And it also rotates all the way around where the ankle meets the foot, but it's kind of stiff on mine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to move. I'll probably want to hit it with a hairdryer later. That'll probably be the best way to do that. But it should rotate all the way around where the ankle meets the foot. I can see where it does. And it doesn't help that he's got these kind of frayed bell-bottom trousers, and Rouge Haunt says that's a funny joke. That was a funny joke, and it's like, yeah, but I'm not sure if my delivery was so good. I hope you enjoyed my delivery, but I don't know if I delivered it the best it could have been delivered. You can get a lot of really cool poses out of this guy. Like, I didn't even really mean to pose his arms like that, but that looks cool. That might be something I might consider for the thumbnail when I take that in a little bit. But yeah, I've been waiting on this figure for a long time, hoping that Mcfarlane would provide us with a classic Scarecrow, and they didn't disappoint. This is a great looking figure. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And, Old Geek's New Trick says bell bottoms. He truly is Silver Age. Well, yeah. And it's like, they're really tight pants for the most part, like almost like girl jeans. And then they kind of flare out at the bottom, and you can see that they're really frayed there. it's a good look for him. It's this is pretty much exactly what I wanted when I was talking about I want a Silver Age, like a classic style Scarecrow. All he needs is roller skates. Well, I might be able to like swipe the ones off of like Dazzler or something like that. Like I said, my only real complaint, and this is more of a nitpick than anything else, is that I think he's a little bulky for the Scarecrow. I think like Scarecrow's been hitting the gym. Scarecrow's been lifting lately. Scarecrow's been taking some tips from Zack Snyder, who said he needed to hit the gym and be doing creatine and all this kind of stuff. So but obviously he skipped leg day because these are not particularly muscular legs. But the torso and the arms, it is a really cool sculpt. Well, Old Geeks New Trick says it's a good sculpt. And I really like the head sculpt. I just, like I said, this is just me nitpicking. I would have had him be a little bit skinnier. So, excuse me. Rouge Haunts asks, what is your delivered? Well, I had it delivered to my house. So yeah. Just had it shipped to my house. But yeah. Or you could, if you got a GameStop near you, probably have them ship it to the GameStop and go pick it up there. And they might even have one at a GameStop already, and you can just go pick it up today. Who knows? But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Scarecrow. I'm really happy with how this figure turned out. I'm really happy to have him. I'll be back on the next episode with something else kind of Halloweenish. It's the 25th right now. Let's have a look at the calendar and see if I can figure out some scheduling. Calendar. And it never wants to put the month up immediately. All right, so I was probably going to go visit my mother tomorrow. So the next show would probably be on the 27th. Maybe, but that would give us 5 more shows until Halloween. I've got 2 figures at least that I thought would be good to save for Halloween. I can still open up Beastman, Cobra Khan, and the Drowned. So I think that those are going to be my next figures. Beastman, Cobra Khan, and the Drowned. On the 30th, I will open up one of the really special Halloween figures I've been saving. And on the 31st, I will open up the other one, whichever ones those are. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure that you like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Scarecrow, both the character and the figure itself. And what are some of your favorite Scarecrow stories? What are some of your favorite episodes of the animated series? You know, do you really like them in the Dark Knight trilogy? Rouge Haunts asks, why are you laughing in your live streams? Well, because I find things amusing. I like to laugh. Don't you like to laugh? I love to laugh. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this guy. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. YouTube likes it when I say like and subscribe, so I like to say like and subscribe, and that tends to bump up my views in the algorithm, get more people to like and subscribe. And the more people I get to like and subscribe, the more people watch the videos, the more of you wonderful people that I have showing up in the chat. I do like interacting with the chat, and I like seeing the comments once the show's over. I always appreciate that. Still need to clean off my couch a little bit. You know, oh, and November 5th, we'll be opening up Doc Brown. That'll be something else that's coming up. I want to get around to opening up some of these Ninja Turtles figures that I've been needing to open up for a while. I still got this right here, the Shredder 2-pack and the Casey Jones with the dirt bike. I still got the Ninja Turtles Adventure Shredder. And I've got a few of these. I got a couple of them over here. I still get him to open up. $10 I got this guy for. $10 is always good for a NECA figure, especially the Shredder. I tend to buy more Shredder figures than any other Ninja Turtle character. It's just how that works. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We will talk to you next time. Bye. And we just wait for